Hello Libra, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and it's time for December readings. This month I've got the Curious Travels Tarot deck, and as always we're doing general readings. So we'll talk about whatever comes up wherever the cards lead us. Now, I'm doing these readings for a general Libra audience, so it's not quite the same as a one-to-one reading. I'll provide a few options or scenarios for how the cards might express themselves or show up for different Librans, so take it as it resonates for you. Some months it might feel like a personal reading. Some months there's just a nugget or two that really clicks. Some months maybe not so much, so I invite you to check out the videos for all your big placements. That'll be your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. Don't be afraid of this sort of heads up advice. Sometimes we get practical guidance. You know, it's not always rainbows and superlatives, but do remember the cards do not compel. You have free will and discernment and intuition, so claim what resonates and just leave the rest. That said, Libra, I'm going to go ahead and give the deck a really good shuffle for you. And if you've been here before, you know I like to fast forward through the shuffling part. So I will catch up with you when I'm about to lay out the cards. See you there. Okay, Libra, let's see what we've got. The Two of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The Queen of Wands. And the Knight of Swords. Okay, Libra, I have to say the Knight or the Two of Cups has come out in quite a few readings. So we're having kind of a collective experience in December about the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is about connecting, you know, making bonds. And it can be a romantic card. It can also be a platonic card. It can also be about connecting in business or, you know, your job, or artistically even making collaborations, connecting in that way. So I'm going to go through your reading one by one, but I just wanted to let you know, especially if you're checking out some of your other placements. This has come out, I'd say, in at least 3 other signs. So it's a collective experience we're having. December is really a month to connect or reconnect. You know, we've got Mercury in retrograde, and you know, when Mercury is retrograding, it's a good time to go over past experiences and sometimes correct mistakes. Sometimes when, you know, messages go awry, or when we have to fix past mistakes under this Mercury retrograde phase, we uncover maybe lost messages, or we fix foundations. That's tends to happen under Mercury retrograde. Sometimes our exes come back under a Mercury retrograde. Friends can come back, or we make amends, possibly with family members even. So that seems to be a collective kind of experience that many of us may be going through in December. So something to be aware of. But more specific to you, let's take a look at these knights, because you've got the Knight of Wands as your sort of theme for this particular reading in December. And the Knight of Swords, sorry, The Knight of Swords is a very fast-moving energy, and it's about change. There is some sort of message that is likely to come in that requires your attention. It might be something like a contract. It might be something related to your job. There might be some sort of truth that comes out that requires your response. Something happens on the job, maybe somebody leaves and you are required to take over more responsibilities. A truth is revealed in a friendship, a relationship, a family situation. Some sort of message requires your action. And I say that because knights are sort of action instigators or agents of change, and swords are the suit of communication, information, written communication, truth, and sometimes the law. This could be a legal notice or a legal action that you file, or a legal notice, a legal paperwork. It could be your passport comes in, or you could be required to get a driver's license or something along those lines. There could be some sort of state or federal paperwork that you need to take care of, something along those lines. So it'll be different for different Librans, right? I have to toss out a few different scenarios. It could happen in your job situation. It could happen in just kind of your living situation, legal paperwork or something like that, a lease, something along those lines, financial. Or it could be in a personal relationship, romantic or platonic. A truth is revealed, a communication comes in that requires your response. As I had mentioned before, this is the time when under Mercury retrograde, sometimes exes reappear, or friends from the past reappear, and maybe they want to make amends, or they want to pick up where things left off, or somebody from the past could reappear in this time. Now, my recommendation, if an ex appears under a Mercury retrograde, is always to check and see if they have made any personal growth, right? Because what broke you up, in the past is still going to be a problem unless they have evolved and changed. So, take that for what it's worth. But Two of Cups is all about connecting and bonding and being able to be your true self with someone or some ones or some entity. So of course the obvious piece would be in a romantic relationship, and that's definitely how it could show up. This could be a new relationship. This could be taking an existing sort of situationship to a deeper level and really, kind of making a stronger commitment. This could be in a platonic sort of friendship and really realizing you found like sort of a best friend, something like that. This could be taking a friendship and realizing you found like an artistic partner and deciding to maybe do some artistic work, collaborate with something, or in a business way, collaborate online or in that sort of way. This could also be getting a contract for something you're really excited about. Say you get that dream job with that company you have been hoping to work for, or getting that acting role that you had really been working hard to get, something like that. And it could be that whatever connection you make over here is in response to a message that you received in this piece, and that you move forward in response to what came in over here. We have another agent of change in the Knight of Cups. Now, as we talked about with the Two of Cups, the cups are sort of the suit of, your emotional connections and feeling emotional satisfaction and your sort of emotional life. And knights, as we discussed over here, are agents of change. And, where you receive a sort of notice or some sort of message is brought to you that requires some sort of action. So this is some sort of invitation or action that is brought to you or brought into your awareness that requires like your response or facilitates some sort of action on your part. So this could be, again, the sort of thing where if you're in a romantic relationship and, someone confesses a crush, and you confirm that crush, maybe they ask if you want to go steady, and the answer is yes. That could be the action and the result over here, just as one example. Not that that would be happening for all Librans, but just as one example in one area where that could happen. There is some sort of action that's happening in that area of your life that makes you feel seen and validated and connected. It doesn't necessarily have to happen in the realm of romance, but it is happening in that area that makes you feel validated, that makes you feel connected. This could also be happening in an artistic sense, like you feel connected with an artistic group. You join a choir, and have a really great sort of space to collaborate artistically with a like-minded group. You could join a therapy group and have a space to kind of work through some sort of childhood trauma or something similar and be able to be free to be your true vulnerable self in a group that understands the real kind of messy side of you. That could be a piece of it, finding that space, taking action to heal yourself and being vulnerable and sharing yourself with a group in a way that facilitates your own healing proactively. Now, finally, we have the Queen of Wands, and I do tend to read queens as people, actual people outside of you. So this is likely to be perhaps a boss or a mother who has something or some information for you. The queen doesn't have to be female. It could be male, female, other. But this person would be charming, a leader, maybe even a little bit bossy, maybe even a bit of a diva. The kind of person that everybody notices when they come in the room. This person might have the information or advice or some sort of gift, might have, depending on what this situation is, she could have the job, she could have, or they could have, depending on who this person is, they could have the contract, they could have an opinion. This person is more likely to be an authority figure or a boss, a leader of some sort. So in a scenario where you are joining a artistic group of some sort. This might be like the choir leader or something like that. Or this might be the agent or the boss who has the job or the contract. In another scenario, this might be the mother or the big sister or the auntie who has the opinion of the new beau or something like that. It's who this character is going to be different for different Librans. But this will be let's call them a benevolent diva with something, a gift, a contract, an opinion on the matter. Finally, I would say, Libra, it might also be beneficial for you to take on a little bit of this diva-esque quality in moving forward, as it looks like you've got two kind of reasons to move forward, to kind of push yourself forward. And that's not your usual style. You're usually really classy. So I think this might also be showing up as an excuse for you to take on a little bit of diva energy. And feel free to push forward your own agenda just this month. Don't be afraid to be a little bit more of a diva when it comes to whatever the response to this thing is. Go ahead and put yourself first a little bit. You can still do it in a classy way. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, Libra. I hope that was helpful to you. Don't forget to check your other placements. If this was inspiring, I invite you to give it a like, a share, or a subscribe. Please take good care of yourself. Until next time, bye for now.